Hey guys, welcome back to Adventures in Aviators. Today we are hiking on La Réunion or Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean, and we are going to Cascade Blanche or the White Waterfall, and it is spectacular. If you're new to our channel, we rank our hikes here on a scale of 1 to 5 aviators. And on the categories of location, trail traffic, plants and wildlife, facilities, and the payoff. So the main airport for Reunion is in Saint-Denis, or Saint Denis for you Americans. And it's only about an hour from this waterfall and this hike. Now, Saint-Denis is the administrative hub. There's plenty of other places that you might be staying. We were actually staying in Saint-Pierre, or Saint-Pierre, down in the southwest part of the island, and it is quite a ways from there. It'd be hard to cram this into a full day, but it could be doable if you really wanted to. But we highly recommend staying in Salazie, which is in the northern part of the island up in this valley. The nice thing about this is there's only one road in and one road out of this absolutely stunning region. I'll show you a couple clips here of, oh my gosh, this place is beautiful. We loved our time in Salazie and really in Reunion. And right as you cross the main river in this amazing canyon, there is a small church and a little restaurant there, but you can't miss it because it's the one bridge in the whole area. So you're driving on one side of the river as you come into the valley and you park right there. There's several parking spots there. You'll see there's a couple stairs up there, and it actually lines up with a bit of a road. It's really like a long drive for some homes that are back in this valley. And so that's where you start off your hike. Go up these stairs, and you'll see a couple signs that help to lead you just so you know that you're not trespassing anywhere. And of course, just as anywhere, be respectful of all the properties around. But you'll see this path goes along the right side of a home, and that is where really the main trail picks up right there. Again, plenty of signs, hard to get lost as you make your way on this hike. So because this is right on your way to Salazie and not very far from Saint-Denis, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 aviators. When it comes to trail traffic, we did not see many people at all along this hike. I believe we saw about 4 or 5 people on our way back, and we went nice and early in the morning, as we always recommend if you want trails to yourself. But there was not a lot of people as we made our way into this valley and towards this massive waterfall. And it was great, and it was awesome. It was an easy trail to follow and very few people at all. So for that, again, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 aviators. When it comes to plants and wildlife, as you can see here, there are plenty of areas that kind of get wet and mossy, and you've got ferns, and it's kind of rainforesty in this area. This is the wetter side of this island, so finding a clear day, if you find a clear day, this is when you want to do this hike, because this waterfall is so tall and so beautiful. But clear days might be at a premium depending on the time of year that you're there. But you can see you go through a variety of different foliage and kind of rainforesty areas here, but it does open up and you do have some views of the river below at various points. Actually, right at the very beginning of the hike, you'll go down and you'll go to the river, and you can actually look up at the waterfall from there, and that's a really nice short viewpoint. So even if you only have maybe half an hour and you wanted to do that, that would be one possibility here if you don't want to do the entire hike and go to the base of the waterfall. But overall, you can expect to see little frogs, little lizards, any kind of slugs, most of your rainforesty types of things, some pretty birds, some beautiful birds. But I do also want to make a point here that you'll note that we've got a stocking cap on, or I've got a stocking cap on, we're wearing hoodies. We were in here in winter, which is in August in the southern hemisphere, and so do come to this region prepared. It is a tropical island, but in the winter and with the elevation that you get on Reunion, it can get quite cool in the evenings, so just be prepared for that. But since it is tropical, but there's not a ton of things to expect to see when it comes to plants and wildlife, I'm going to give this 2 out of 5 aviators. Next is facilities, and while there is a nice parking lot at the beginning of this hike and plenty of signs, there are not just public toilets available. There's a restaurant there at which you can eat and then use their facilities. There's also a church, and I'm not sure how they feel about people coming in to use their facilities as well. But you do have parking and signs. So for that reason, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 aviators. And finally, we're to the payoff. What do you get for this hike? Well, you know, it's not a super long hike. Take about an hour if you're just taking your time. But you do arrive at the base of one of the tallest waterfalls in the world. It is a huge, huge waterfall, and I will tell you, it is a really fun sight to be a part of. At the same time, it's almost so tall and you're so close to it that it might be just as well to view it from a distance, which you can do in a quick 30-minute jaunt just down to the river and back, and check it out that way. You do not need to go all the way in there, but it's a very simple hike. You can't get off the path easily at all, and it is clearly marked as well, so that's really nice. I love huge waterfalls, and so in that regard I really thought it was great. But if you're just looking for a quick waterfall site and you don't mind seeing it from a distance, then more power to you. This was actually really hard to drone because you're so close to it, so that like the drone was kind of useless, nor could I get signal. But for the payoff overall, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 aviators. I will note that some other hiking sites will say that you can cross the river after the base of the waterfall and continue up closer to it. Our friends tried that a little bit, but said it didn't go very far and it was very overgrown. If you have details about how to do that section of the hike, please put those in the comments below. But we stopped, for the most part, at the base of the waterfall. You can go just a little bit past the base of the waterfall, get back down to the river again if you want. And this is a great morning activity. You shouldn't expect to spend more than a half a day doing this, and that's even if you take your time and just relax and have a good go at it. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, like, do all those things if you enjoy this kind of content, and we will see you next time.